What up, y'all? It's your boy Ryan here. And a few months back, I did a video where I used Claude Code to create some infographics. It was useful, but it fell short of everyday business use cases. Today, I'm going to take you through a very similar concept, but use it in something that all of us entrepreneurs do every day. And that's engage or push forward the sales process. The biggest use case I can think of for these generative UI type use cases is to replace static documents like a PDF or like a pitch deck. Claude Code and Codex have these artifacts or site features that allow you to take your sales process and make it something interactive. But let's say that you don't want vendor lock-in. You like open source or you like other things, right? You can also use a really simple GitHub feature to do the exact same thing and not really depend on if you've got the latest update of Codex or Claude Code. So let's think about what a PDF actually is. It's a document attached to an email that says, we'll do this is what it costs, sign here if you agree. And that sign here if you agree, maybe it's part of your sales process, but more often than not, it's just something to show what we're trying to do, right? But it can't answer follow-up questions. It can't show you the thing that you're selling. And if you're selling anything technical, the format is actively working against you because you're claiming to build something modern in one of the least modern formats there are. And if this is your first time here, you know that for me, the promise of AI is not necessarily to replace anybody or anything, but to reinvent and reimagine the way that we do things. So why don't we use this to reimagine our sales process? Here's what I do. Now, I know there's a lot of people experimenting with things, but this is my process. And first, of course, you have a discovery call or you have like a scope change call, and I'm using Granola to record those meetings, so I'm not taking any notes. So then I grab from the Granola API and I use Claude Code with my internal memory system that has my approach, my scopes, my timelines, the way that I want them to do investments, the FAQs and whatnot, and then it produces a one-off proposal page. The page gets published to my ShareHub and it's password protected. The link goes in one channel, the password in another, their eyes only. And that lock isn't just a nice touch, by the way. A proposal has their numbers in it, their operations, names of people, their problems. Client confidentiality is a baseline, but watch what it does on the sales side too. And we'll get back to that. Let's build one live, start to finish. Fictional company, so I can show you everything. Let's call it ABC Roofing. Okay. Here, Claude. Right now, I'm putting out a YouTube video, and I want to use my /share skill to show a proposal. Let's take like ABC Roofing Company, fictional company, and produce everything and make it easy for them to see. If you've worked with skills before, everything's already baked into that prompt, right? You already have, your formats, your examples, your pros, your cons, your gotchas, your stay away froms, and all of that. So while that's generating and we're watching Claude build this up, what is typically happening is I get off that Granola meeting and, if you're using like Gemini nodes or Fathom or anything else, like you have a way to access and pull those notes into whatever AI agent that you're using. So ping in the API, bring those in, and hopefully you also have your own memory system. If you don't curate your own with your own second brain, then Claude or Codex, they do a decent job of having their own kind of internal memory system. They can pull in from there to understand you and your process if that's not in the prompt. And if you don't have your own memory system, then you've got to have a deeper prompt. So once this is published, what you're gonna see is this. You're gonna see something that is customized for you, client, with your situation, and you're probably gonna see quotes from the meeting, right? So this is then gonna feed my memory system into what I'm gonna do for this client and push it forward more and more in a way that the work that I'm doing is personalized. And that's really the key in what AI can bring, is this personalization of the sales process. And now I'm going to tell you what this format unlocks for me and why I'm never going back. And it's the fact that when I'm doing this, I'm demonstrating my service. I sell custom systems. The prospect just received a custom system, like throwaway software, but it's one page, done. Before they've signed anything, they've already experienced what I'm claiming to do, and you can't fake that congruence with a PDF. Also, I can usually get these out within an hour to 2 hours with review. So second, the password does something psychological. An attachment is mass produced by default. A locked page with their name on it and its own key, they know that was built for them. Scarcity and craft communicated in the first 5 seconds before they've read a word. Third is it kills the follow-up email. There's, I can add a FAQ, an FAQ that answers any objections. The next step has the calendar link. The page moves the deal instead of describing it. And the arc. First proposal page is a one-off. After a few, the sections that keep earnings stay become a repeatable asset. Do it long enough and it becomes a system. Every deal gets its page in minutes. That's not just how I make proposals. That's literally how I tell businesses to figure out any automation. Make it manual a few times, keep what earns. Now, here's your homework. Next deal in your pipeline, before you export that PDF, build a page instead. You can use Codex sites, you can use Claude artifacts, or you can use GitHub. Either way, talk to the agent. It'll let you know what you need to do. Their problem, your approach, the number, the next step, all behind a password. Send the link one place and the password another, and watch how differently that conversation goes. So check the links for more information and past videos if you want to learn more. And if you're rethinking your sales assets, like, subscribe, comment, and tell me what you sent today. I'm sure you're not the only one. This is RD signing off. Peace.